Hello, everyone. Welcome to my live. Let me make sure I go live on Instagram as well too, because I am streaming from StreamYard, and I am so happy that I can go live in two areas, especially on Instagram. So, welcome. Come on in. As you all come on in, let me give Instagram a second to catch up. All right. Come on in, y'all. Say hello. Let me know what's going on this weekend. Today's Saturday. This is day 3 of my live. And if you missed the last 2, go back and watch it when you're done watching this one. But I will be here all this month going live, talking about real estate, educating you to make sure that you are making the best choice for yourself as a buyer and seller. So welcome to, the last couple days. I talked about kind of like just my experience day 1 of who I am and what I do. But come on and thank you for joining Lovely Lace. And then also yesterday I talked about whether or not you want to buy a pre-built home or a brand new home. And I shared my journey from a first-time home buyer to building a home from the beginning, from ground up, and just my experience and things to kind of consider as you are navigating that. But come on in. What's going on? Happy Saturday. Say hello. Join from Atlanta. Awesome. Thank you for joining me. And invite a friend. Like, definitely share this live with someone that you feel like, hey, they need to hear this. They need to come check me out every day this month. Because if you're in the market to buy or sell, you want to make sure that you are working with an amazing realtor, whoever that person is for you. But you want to make sure that you can actually trust that person to give you sound real estate advice. And I'm still learning every single day, so I'm not the expert, but my goal is to become the person that brings you the knowledge and information that you need to make sure that you are making the best choice for your business. So come on in. Like I said, share this with a friend. And if you're new to my space, welcome. If you are joining me for the first time, drop a 1 in the chat. If you are a first time home buyer, you're thinking about purchasing a home, drop a 2. If you like, hey, Shevvy, I already have a home, but I'm considering buying another one, drop a 3. Okay, so drop a 1 if you're joining me here for the first time, a 2 if you're considering buying your first home, and then drop a 3 if you're like, I'm ready to purchase my second home. All right, welcome everyone. Ooh, let me get that. So I'm Shevvy Mack, and I am a retired Air Force veteran turned realtor / educator, because I bring my leadership background into what I do as a realtor. And this is the second part of my journey in my business, because I do have a leadership business, Mac Leadership Academy. But here at SM Realty, I am part of the KW Montgomery Realtor. So I'm excited to be part of that team. So if you are in the Montgomery and surrounding areas, I am here to serve you. Okay. And if you are relocating to Maxwell Air Force Base or Gunter Air Force Base, whether you're PCSing in or PCSing out, and you would love to get support from a veteran, you can reach out to me as well, because as a 22 plus year veteran, I definitely understand the challenges that comes with PCSing, which is just moving, transitioning from one base to the next. And especially if you have little ones, because like me, I have 3 kids. So I definitely understand making sure that you find the best place, not because no place is perfect, but the best place that meets your need and your family needs as well. Or even if you're a single person, I definitely understand of making sure that you are able to move into your home as soon as you get to that base, because as soon as you get there, you check in, guess what? You're pretty much going to be working in the next 2 weeks or more. So, all right. So today, if there are any questions, also let me know. You can drop it in the chat. But today I want to talk about, let me get my notes, because I want to make sure that I have notes while I'm talking, like how to have a great open house. So this week, Monday, I hosted an open house, which was really great. People came out. And as you are thinking about buying a home for the first time, you really want to look at, okay, not just looking at the pictures, but really going to the home and do a walkthrough. See if there's opportunity in the area that you're looking to purchase this specific home, and there's an open house going on. I highly recommend that you go out and take a physical tour of that home. But before you go, this is something that I want to say that I recommend. You don't have to, but I would love for you to do is have a sheet, like a sheet where you can actually take notes. And sometimes, depending on the realtor, like for me, when I do my open houses, like I will have like a little rate sheet, or I will have like something you can write on. This is kind of as you're walking through the home, you can, kind of like identify things that maybe you saw, or maybe things that you liked. And also I look at, how did you rate this price and the floor plan, all the things. But as a first time home buyer, you definitely want to make sure that you are taking advantages of visiting as many houses as you feel is necessary so that you can find that home for you. So I want to talk about how you can make sure that when you go to these open houses is effective for you, not just like showing up and you're like, man, I wasted my time coming to this home. So the first thing is really be clear on exactly what the type of home that you're looking for. Kind of like going back to what I talked about yesterday, is looking at, okay, what do I want? What do I desire in when I purchase this home? Looking at the location. So as you pull up to this home, I highly, recommend that you kind of really scan the area, because sometimes what you see online doesn't really reflect what you actually see in person. It's just like you're going on a date for the first time and you saw a picture of the person, you're like, oh, this person is, attractive. And then you see them in person, you're like, okay, this is not what I expected. So the same thing for your home buying journey. Really look at the home as you arrive. Like I said, take that opportunity to scan the area, look at, the outside, especially. That's the first, because a lot of people are thinking like, oh, let me go in because I want to see the inside of the home. But also pay a close attention to the outside of the home. Pay attention to the surrounding areas. Pay attention to the noise that you hear or you don't hear. And also it depends on the time of day. So if you go during the, like 12 o'clock doing an open house, not a lot of stuff is going on, because everyone is at work, everyone is at school. So there's not a lot of traffic going on. But if you go more in the evening, like from 4 to 6, then you may hear a lot more movement. And you have to look at this house where it is situated. Is there a lot of noise? Is there a lot of traffic? Is there a lot of car flow? For example, it may be on a corner lot. Because when I did my open house Monday, the individual, as she was walking, one of the individuals, as she was walking and doing her tour, she, was like, okay, well, because it was on a corner lot and also it was in a, right, visible to the road. And even though it was around between 2 to 4, she was able to like, okay, a little bit of traffic, because again, school. So you have to look at, okay, not just in the moment, but long term, if I choose to live in this home, what are the noises and different things that will be going on during that time, during specific time frame. So definitely look at the outside, look for drainage as well too. If there's like water kind of like sitting in a specific area, like those are things you want to kind of just acknowledge, because that's going to help you to make that decision on whether or not you want to continue to put in an offer or purchase that house. And also you can get more information when you decide to put in an offer, when you actually hire someone to do a full inspection of the home, which I highly recommend. Whether it's a pre-built or a brand new home, highly recommend to get a home inspection, which I will be talking about why you should be doing that in another live as well too. So always look at the outside, really pay attention, because a lot of times, like I said, we are ready to walk in and look at the beautiful inside, because on, you know, video, we're looking at just mainly the inside. So definitely want to make sure that you're looking at the outside as well too. And like I said, friend, you definitely want to make sure that you take like a piece of paper. You can use your phone. So as you're walking through, you're actually taking notes, because I remember from my situation when I was looking to purchase a home, and I was, looking at different homes, even the first time and the second time when I finally decided to build, there was a lot of different homes I was looking at. So I was getting like certain, oh, this house had this, but I was mixing things up. So by having your notepad, or, or something that you want to use, identify, this is this house, this address. What did you like about it? What you didn't like about it? With the floor plan, the structure of the building. So really be intentional when you attend these open houses. So have the note, make sure that you view outside effectively as much as you can, because you're not an expert. You're just looking with your eyes to see what are some things that truly stands out that doesn't look right, or maybe it looks like, okay, this, I like this specific thing that this specific house has from the outside. So as you move your way into the home, you definitely want to look at for the open house, was this person welcoming to you? As the person who is hosting the open house, you want to make sure that they actually invite you, like, come on in. Like, I'm that person, like, come on in. Because if you're looking to purchase this home, like, you want the person who is serving you to be like energetic and excited to see you. That's just me, unless you like don't talk to me, But I'm that person is like, okay, come on in, because I want to make sure that I set the tone for that person. But as you walk in, same thing like you did in the outside. The person should welcome you. You do your walkthrough and really look and make sure that it has the flow that you desire. Make sure it has the number of like space that you desire. Because sometimes um, we look at a home and we're like, okay, well, this has this, or I want this, but really look at, does it have the things that I want, like the major things, not the minor things, the major things. Okay, because when it comes to the open house, it's all about viewing and getting the feel of, okay, is this the home for me, or is it not the home for me? So as you're walking through, really look at, do I like the flow? Do I like the number of bedrooms? Do I like where the bedrooms are situated? Do I like how the bathrooms look? But again, some of these things can be modified when you decide to move in, if you choose to make an offer. But some questions that I want you to really consider as you're walking through, you want to take time to have a conversation with the realtor, because the realtor has some knowledge on what's going on. And it might not be the actual person who listed the home. It might be someone who is a buyer's agent who is just doing a hosting of, for that specific house. So you definitely want to make sure that you have a 5-minute conversation with the person. Because even when I did my open house, people were asking me questions, even though I was not the listing agent. I was able to answer certain questions. And if I didn't know the answer, I reached out to the listing agent to say, hey, this is what this individual is asking. Do you have do you have an answer for that? And if you're speaking to that person who is there presenting the home, he or she should be able to answer your questions. If they don't, they should be able to say, hey, I don't have the answer, but I'm going to follow up with you. Let me get your contact information. Because you want to make sure that you are being taken care of, no matter if it's just an open house, and because you're considering purchasing this home, if you are like truly ready. Because we do have individuals just want to come through, look at the home because it's beautiful, and that's okay as well too. But definitely stop and have a quick conversation with that person. And one thing that you definitely want to make sure that you're asking that individual who is the host is to, hey, how old is the roof? Because you want to make sure, is it something that's over 20 plus years, or was it, recently updated in the last 2 to 3 years, which is great. Also, you want to ask about the electrical components. Is it, gas, electric? Because all that's going to determine, what you're going to pay monthly for your utilities. Another question that you want to ask is the HVAC system. What is the age of that? Also for the water heater, how is that? What is the age? And also test out, like turn the pipes on to see the flow of the actual how the water is flowing out, because sometimes that water pressure when you move in is not the water pressure that you would like. So these are things that you just want to look at, and also ask questions about to that realtor who is there providing a service. So it is up to you to have a great experience at that open house, and it's also up to the realtor to make sure you have a great experience from the time you walk through that door, and to answer all of your questions. But be intentional about maybe certain questions that you want to ask that realtor before you get there. Maybe you want to right you want to have some questions beforehand. Okay, and then that person, you can just ask them and then go from there. So as you think about purchasing your first home, really look at, kind of like going back what I talked about yesterday, is like, okay, do I want to buy pre-built, or do I want to build from scratch? And whether you're talking to a builder company, or you're talking to a listing agent, or a person who is realtor who is hosting the open house, be prepared, have your questions, take notes, be observant, and make sure that if you do decide to move forward, that it makes sense to you, not only in the price, but also the floor plan, the flow of things, and the neighborhood overall. Any questions on open house, how to have a great open house experience? Was this live today? If there are no questions, it's all good. You can definitely drop the questions in the chat. If you're watching this later on, hashtag replay, because I would love to come back and just kind of connect with you. And again, if you are looking to purchase a home or you're looking to sell a home, definitely you can reach out to me by sending me a DM, or you can click the link in my bio to book a free consultation. And we will spend 15 minutes just kind of connecting and learning more about your needs. And if I can support you, I would love to support you as your realtor. If not, I will let you know as well too. And also, if you're a military member moving to the Montgomery Prattville area and the surrounding area, then definitely reach out to me. If you're relocating here to Maxwell or Gunter Air Force Base, I would love to support you as well. All right, y'all. Well, happy Saturday. I will see you all tomorrow here. It will probably be a different time, or maybe the same time frame, around 2 o'clock Central Time. But happy Saturday. And again, remember, when you are going to these open houses, make it like work for you and be prepared. Don't just go in there and just kind of just go with the flow, but be intentional about your time and also what you're going to observe as you're going through this home. All right, y'all. Well, have an amazing day, and I will see you all tomorrow.